250 Mercedes Benz 4MATIC. This is a really sleek entry-level style Mercedes. It is completely derived from the CLS that was originally released in 2006. Initial MSRP is $42,900 for the base model. It comes with standard 17-inch brushed aluminum rims. It's also got keyless go. Turning indicators, got a nice V-look. It's great, very sleek. And in the back here, you're kind of greeted by this nice, bold rear end. We have dual exhaust with a chrome diffuser. This nice, it's not an LED light at the back here, but it's definitely a nice, sleek design for the standard running lights. This does have 4MATIC all-wheel drive, so as you'll see soon, the grip is extremely nice. The finish of this car is actually Cirrus white. Our little key fob here, pretty flashy for sure. We're gonna push and hold the trunk button. Just kind of pops up. Pretty cool indeed. Got a trunk light, some decent space, you know. It could be bigger, but they really had to enforce the room in the rear seating area. If they made this any bigger, it would really be taking away from that. So, you know, it's got to give somewhere. Got some nice space, got a little bit of space on the sides here, a little curtain storage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in the back of this trunk and I'm gonna see and test out the emergency release, because if it won't let you out and you know, you're locked in there, someone comes, takes you, throws you in the trunk and is trying to steal your Mercedes, that's not something you want to happen. So let's see how it is. Oh, so definitely tighter than some of the other cars we've reviewed, but definitely not impossible. So we're gonna close the trunk now and test this release. So here I am in the back of the CLA 250, and oh my God, it is dark in here. It's actually pretty crazy. But let's check this button right here. It actually flashes, so if you get locked in here, you won't have any problem finding it. And you can also tell at the top here, we've got a decently sized, it takes out about 3/4, a little bit over, you know, of the roof, panoramic sunroof, so it's a great feature to have. Go back around to the front here. You can see it's kind of cool. They put the turning intake indicator at the top there. When you do get the upgraded CLA model, it'll actually come all the way down here with LEDs. This headlight setup in itself is a halo setup. You have your tow hook located here. So if you look closely under the bonnet of the CLA 250, you'll see you're greeted by a big, huge 2-liter turbo engine. There's not much space in here. Everything's where you would expect it. The windshield washer, the power steering fill up. It's not much to look at, but it's definitely an economical Mercedes-Benz, to say the least. So here we are inside the interior of the 2016 CLA 250. As soon as you sit in here, you can definitely feel welcomed by the seats. The bolsters are nice and thick. The depth is just right. The navigation screen, I thought it was a touch navigation screen, but it's actually controlled by this little circular knob right here. And it's actually extremely easy to use. You got a back button, a selector button, and you can rotate to do the different, change the different dynamics of the vehicle. There's all kinds of options. Great informatic design. You can see the car. It lets you see through the paint to the, you know, the underbody components, which is really cool, and it highlights them when you're going to change a setting. It's kind of very similar to the S-Class and other models by Mercedes, like in terms of this big, bold kind of chrome ventilation system we have here. The vents are nice, thick chrome. This is just a nice kind of brushed aluminum kind of feeling, and it's very premium design, definitely, for sure. We have their seat settings over here for the top, the headrest, the back of the seat, as well as the lower 3 settings here. To set the presets of the seat, you just click on which one you want and it'll bring it back what's currently or previously saved at. This does have intermittent wipers located from here on the left side, as well as if you're looking to shift, drive, reverse, neutral, it's got an automatic transmission control, so you simply pull down, or you simply go up to reverse, or just push it in for park. We also have good, nice Bluetooth options here on the right side of the steering wheel, as well as a few other setting options over here. Horn is right here in the standard, and this is an automatic car, but it's actually an automated manual, meaning you can control the transmission via the paddle shifters on the back here. And since this does have a 2-liter turbo engine, It's got a decent power. It puts out 208 horsepower and 258 pound-foot of torque, so it's not bad. But then again, this is an entry-level Mercedes. Got little cup holders here. Looks like you can probably only fit about one cup in here. This little silver thing in the bottom of the cup holder here too, it does look a lot like it could be a heater, but it is not. It's actually styling. But when you move up to the S classes, it does have that, and it is definitely a heater. The steering wheel is definitely got it's a perfect size. It's not big at all. It's very, very good. It's very small, nimble, tight. It's decent. The paddle shifters are fixated on the steering wheel. A lot of cars have them fixated on the back kind of steering area, and that's definitely different with this. It's fixated, so as much as you're turning, you can still keep your shifting happening, basically no matter what. This also has tilt and telescopic steering, so you can tilt up and down. You can also pull it towards you. Most of the Mercedes come with standard leather, but this one in particular is leatherette, as much as most of the base models are. We also have some white accented stitching as well. Push this down here, you can see we have a shade that comes across. Got a nice little deflector here in case there's anything oncoming. And as you can see, it adjusts it to wherever you want it. You could bring it back a little bit more and it would be perfect. It would adjust the underneath interior car shade accordingly. When we go check out the back, check out the legroom, and see what it's like for our passengers. So in the back here, we have our speakers and the door handles, window options, as well as a single cup holder. We have our accented white stitching as well as leatherette. Got some nice space. We got some rear air conditioning in the center console here. And also, if we pull this center console down here, we have a little bit of a grab here to pull it down. You'll see that the cup holders actually pop right out. There's two cup holders in the center here. There's actually not really any direct trunk access here. Boom. You got some decent room back here. You could definitely fit 3 people back here. It might be a little snug. But that depends on how many people you got, basically. 2 people will fit really comfortably. This seat is actually in the same position I'm in. I got some decent legroom. It's definitely not too much, but I'm definitely not suffocated. Some people that are a little bit bigger than I would be, they might have a little bit of a struggle, but if you pull up a little bit in the front, it's definitely no big deal. It's a really nice interior, nice chrome at the back. You can't actually see this from the front, so this is cool to see. Got great style, this car really does. That's kind of the thing that these CLAs really shine through, is their style. If you're looking for a high-end Mercedes, you're going to be getting the V8s, you're going to be getting the higher power, the higher torque models, even higher function models. But for this model, where the competitors, maybe the 2016 Mazda 3 GT, the Corolla, Santa Fe, the all-new Genesis 4-door sedans. This is got a great competition. It also has a releasing MSRP price that is very similar to those. So the competition to this, it's definitely a tough choice myself based off the competition. You pay a few thousand more, but this thing is going to create style that is going to be timeless, functions you're not going to find in other manufacturers' vehicles, and it's got an all-around package to it. Plus you get the classic design of the CLS, which myself I love. It's got a great design. The sleek rear windows, they get me every time. So that being said, taking on a point of view drive, and yeah.
When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain.
That brings us to the end of the review on the 2016 CLA 250. I'd like to thank my friend Andre here for lending us the vehicle for the few hours and catching a glimpse on what it would be like to own it and daily drive it. So yeah, thanks Andre for letting us do
No
that.
problem, Nice working with you. I enjoy
Yeah.
your show. So
Yeah.
keep the great work.
Cool, man.
And see you guys later.
All right,
Next
cool.
video.
Yep, sounds good. And you guys have a good day.